Well, hey there guys! Today I'm going to show you how to make a really quick and simple cup wrap for a 24-ounce acrylic Starbucks cup. You could use other tumblers as well. I'm just using this because they're quite popular, and I have templates that are scaled to size for this, so you can check those out below. So I am going to be featuring Teckwrap today. This is going to be my first time using the Teckwrap vinyl, and I'm going to link it below for you as well if you're interested in learning more about Teckwrap. They have a lot of different patterns and colors, and they also have color changing vinyl, so I think that's really cool and unique. So make sure you check that out below. And we're going to be using this one today. It's a sort of black glitter with little polka dots, so it's going to add some additional texture when things are cut out. I think it's going to look pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get started. I've already loaded up my design in Design Space. It's ready to go. We're just going to load our vinyl onto the mat, and we're going to let our machine cut it out here. So Teckwrap vinyl, you can just peel all the way down here and it'll open right up for you. I think that's really handy. Frustration-free packaging. And then I'll open this here, peel this off. So another little piece underneath as well. And that's really pretty vinyl. Look at the sparkle in it. Those are actually polka dots, but because of the different, it's like a matte glitter back here with then a high glossy polka dot, so it looks really pretty. All right, let's go ahead and put this down on our mat. Teckwrap also sells cutting mats as well, and I find that they work just as well as the name brand mats, and you can pick those up on the Teckwrap website, which is linked below as well. So I'm gonna get this on here and grab my scissors and just trim this down because I don't need all of this. All right, there we go. And if you struggle at all with getting your vinyl to stay on your mat, make sure you use like a brayer tool because it'll really help press the material to the mat and keep it in place. So with working with other vinyls that are not name brand vinyls with like a Cricut machine, you're gonna have to maybe do a little bit of test cutting. So anytime that you're working with a new material or a brand of vinyl that you're not quite sure how your machine is going to do cutting it with certain settings in Design Space, it's always advisable to do a test cut. So I decided to test cut this particular Teckwrap with the premium vinyl frosted glitter setting because there is quite a bit of texture to this. So I feel like that's a good choice with the glitter and the frosted effect. So we're going to try that first with the default pressure. I like to take one of the little free hearts from the shape panel and test it. And the reason I like to choose the heart is because a heart has curved edges as well as a pointed edge, which is going to allow me to see how it does on curves as well as sharp corners by using a heart to test. So I'm just going to start with a little heart test cut that I've put down here in Cricut Design Space to see if it cuts through, and then I'll know if I need to make adjustments before moving on to cutting my entire design. All right, so our test cut is done, and I'm gonna unload my mat. And I'm just gonna lift at the corner here to see if this went through. And it did. We can see our little heart right there went through with no problem. So our test cut was a success. At this point, I don't need to do anything else. I'm ready to just load this and continue. So there was extra space on my particular design, and I just did the test cut down here. And there's plenty of space up here for my vinyl to go ahead and cut the full cup wrap. So I didn't have to place material 2 times or waste it by trimming things down into awkward sizes. Of course, do whatever works best for you in your particular design. So we're gonna go ahead and start cutting our cup wrap out. All right, so my cut is done. I'm gonna go ahead and unload my mat here. I'm gonna grab my weeding tool here, and I like to weed on the mat. I find that that's very helpful, especially if you deal with your material shifting or curling on you. So give that a try if you find weeding difficult at all. I'm just gonna start up here at the top corner. We're gonna go nice and slow. Always go nice and slow when you're weeding vinyl. I am very happy with my initial result of how easy this Teckwrap is cutting with my Cricut, because dealing with like the pattern textures of glitter vinyl, they can be definitely challenging to work with at times. So I'm happy to see that like I'm not experiencing that cutting through issue. with the setting that I chose. Again, I chose the glitter frosted vinyl setting. I just want to go nice and slow here. All right, so my design is weeded here. I still have my little test cut down here. This is a standard grit transfer tape. I want to give this a try first with my test area to see how it does. I always like to burnish the front of the vinyl and then the back of the vinyl. So it's time to remove it from our mat. I do really like the Teckwrap's liner because when I've worked with glitter before in other brands, it actually sometimes doesn't lift from the liner. It actually like creates a sticky layer where it tears the liner, and so far that hasn't happened. So I'm gonna take this and peel and see if that's enough. Wow, I'm actually surprised. That looks like it's going to work and I'm not gonna need the strong grit tape. Now these are a little bit more delicate pieces here, so we could potentially test, but I think if we're gonna be able to pick up this one effortlessly, I think we'll be able to pick up the delicate pieces with the regular transfer tape. So I'm going to use my regular transfer tape, not my strong grit. So I'm just gonna lay my regular transfer tape down on this glittered patterned vinyl. All right, so we wanna burnish this really well on the front and on the back. All right, so some of them came off cleanly really easily. This one here is sticking a little bit. So when things are sticking, and this happens with lots of other vinyl, press down with your thumb, crease, and roll away. I find that almost always works. There's been like one time I've done that where it hasn't worked. So a lot of this is sticking fairly well, which I'm really happy to see that because I'm not having to use strong grip here, which is something that you typically need to use with a glitter adhesive vinyl. And I'm not having to put very much effort into releasing this onto the transfer tape. So I'm very surprised at that because glitter vinyls that I've worked with in the past have been very stubborn, and it's my least favorite vinyl to use because of that. And I hear that in my community a lot as well. So I'm really happy that this is not at all difficult. That was probably the smoothest glitter vinyl transfer I have ever had in my 10 years of Cricut crafting at this point in time. So that's really good. All right, so it's time to go ahead and add this. So anytime you're adding a decal to something on a cup, you always want to clean it well first so the surface is clean, lint free, all of that stuff. I like to use rubbing alcohol wipes, so that's what I'm going to do here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add this on now, and I like to just have something here on either side to keep it from rolling. And here is my decal ready to go. I'm just going to take a minute to line it up here. I'm paying attention to the center open space. There we go. I'm going to start pressing this on, and you're just going to need to take your time pressing this on. So I like to work with my fingers, and I'll go around pressing all of this on here. I might need to trim away some of the heat transfer. So the next thing that's always been challenging with like a glittered, textured vinyl is peeling the transfer tape away. So let's give that a try and let's see how well that does. I've burnished this pretty well, and that is coming off very nicely. You always, when you're removing transfer tape, don't pull up, pull back at a 90-degree angle. That's going to make things easier too when you're transferring. Because when you pull up, it's like you're trying to lift the design, and we obviously don't want to lift our design here. So I'm gonna go nice and slow. And so far, I'm very impressed with how easy this is transferring. There we go. Wow, I'm actually extremely impressed with this glitter transfer vinyl, in complete honesty. I have tried working with glitter many times, and I consider myself a Cricut pro. I've been doing this professionally for a long time. This is the best glitter vinyl I have ever tried, hands down. I would recommend it no matter what. So I am very eager to try more of the Teckwrap vinyls, because this has been a really good seamless experience. And I think this is so cute. I put music is life itself on this side, and it has all these little pretty music notes dancing around it here. So it's gonna be a really great gift. I think the music teacher is gonna like it. And Teckwrap has tons of vinyls. So they've got like holographic patterns, and they've got color changing. So like this one here is white to red, and this one's white to orange. So when you fill up your cups with hot and cold liquids, it's gonna change the colors of them. So I think that's really cool. Here's a green version of the one I just did. It has that polka dot kind of thing on it. This is a holographic pattern here. You can't probably see it very well on camera, but it's got a rose pattern in it, and it's holographic. This one's holographic with a chia print pattern. So they have lots of options. I'm gonna link all of the Teckwrap information below, and I'm gonna also share this exact design as well as the resources I used here today, and then some other Teckwraps that I'm going to be testing out as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy. I really wanted to feature the Teckwrap to see how I liked it, because I have been so frustrated with glitter vinyl in the past, and I can say without prejudice, this is actually an amazing glitter textured permanent vinyl. If I could offer any criticism at all or any constructive feedback to Teckwrap, the only thing I would say is I would ask them to mark their vinyls better. So we have their brand name here, but I would love if they put like permanent adhesive or permanent vinyl or removable vinyl, so that I'm sure of what I'm working with. That would be my only piece of feedback. Other than that, I'm very happy with it, and I would love to know if you're going to try the Teckwrap. Make sure you tag me at Abbi Kirsten Collections so I can see your projects as well. And let me know if you like this project or you have any other questions about Teckwrap. I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.